anyone can teach you something. It does not matter who they are. It does not matter if they're rich, if they're poor, if they're famous, if they're not, if they're a bum on the street and they're giving you wisdom, then I believe you should listen to them. I'm not saying just listen to any old advice, but when something resonates with your soul, then you know it's the right thing. That something can be a bulletin board on the highway as you're driving down the road, but when you hear something that resonates with you deep down on the inside, then you owe it to yourself to listen. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about lessons that my 12-year-old son taught me. And he's not 12 anymore, but he was 12 years old at the time when he began to teach me these lessons. And one of the first things he taught me was to dream big. Dream big. Stop settling for small things. Dream big. You can do it. So I'll never forget, we were coming home and I was opening my front door and my son says, Mom. And I said, what? He said, what have you done with all those books you wrote? What have you done with all that stuff that you used to do? He said, you're very creative, you're very talented, but what have you done with any of those things that you have? And I stopped and I thought about it and I said, you know what? He's right. I haven't done anything. And so I was trying to explain to him about us being from Mississippi, about us not having a lot of resources, and we just didn't have the connections at the time I felt like that would propel me to where I wanted to be. He says, Mama, that's just an excuse. And I will never forget those words. And from that moment on, I got myself up and I began to try to figure out ways to get me to where I wanted to be. I knew I wanted to be a writer. I knew I wanted to start my own business. And after he said that, I said, well, we're going full in. We're going to write these books. We're going to publish these books. I'm going to find a way to publish them. And it's just like the universe opened up and said, ta-da! And I was looking at, I'll never forget, I was watching the Crazy Coupon Lady at the time. Well, I wasn't really watching her. I was reading her stuff because I discovered her through Extreme Couponing, which was a television show that used to come on. And I loved it because I was watching these people purchase all these things for a minimum amount of money. And I was like, okay, this is something I really, really want to do. And then through that, I discovered her and I submitted an article to the Crazy Coupon Lady and she took it. And that was my signal to, hey, you can do this. This is okay. And I made what I thought was a really, really good amount of money off of one little article that I sent in. And I was like, girl, if you can do this, you can do anything that you want. It's time to make this work for you.